Let's get to former acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. I want to go right to the vice president's quote. She said, I can't get there soon enough. That sounds like a total head scratcher to most people who are wondering why in the world she hasn't been there yet. Can you explain that?
Well, unfortunately, I can't. Obviously, the vice president or the president or both of them need to be down on the southern border, understanding the crisis, the challenges, and the concerns that's going on there, not only from a law enforcement and border patrol standpoint, but also from communities and others that live along those border, law enforcement that are having to deal with the influx, the historic influx, and the numbers of individuals crossing that border a day and the results of that illegal crossing. And to not go there and to not understand it and to see it firsthand is doing a disservice to the men and women serving at the Department of Homeland Security that are risking their lives every single day to address these historic numbers. And when she says there's COVID issues, I'm not even sure what she's referring to. If she's referring that it's not safe for her to go down there for COVID-related issues, think about the law enforcement, the men and women of the Border Patrol that are dealing with that and working in that every single day. And that's an affront to the work that they do for that type of comment.
Chad, you, on the one hand, don't see her, you don't see the president going to the border. On the other hand, you hear them talking about summits and meetings to address climate change in Northern Triangle countries and to address economic issues in these countries. If you're somebody working on the border, which you just mentioned, I have to believe you see the juxtaposition, not going to the border, but putting all their attention on the Northern Triangle countries. That has to be intensely frustrating to people who are trying to make sense of the policy we have in the border right now.
Well, of course it's frustrating. And the men and women know that. There's a loss of confidence both at the department and at the White House in their ability to lead and to solve this crisis. And I think it's okay to talk about the Northern Triangle and to talk about the root causes of migration, but we know that that is a multi-year process that has been ongoing in the Biden administration, the Trump administration, the Obama administration, Trump administration. We have been dealing with this and addressing those root causes for some time. But until you enforce the law at the border, it doesn't matter what type of programs that you have in these countries. If they see that the border is open, if they see that they have the ability to get here and to remain here in the U.S., they will keep coming. It's not rocket science. They need to enforce the law on the border.
Chad, at what point do you see the Biden administration, if ever, moving back toward some of the policies that we saw under the Trump administration? Is there a chance, out of common sense and need to do something, that they might actually move back to some of the policies that they abandoned at the outset of the administration?
Well, I sure hope there is, because at the end of the day, we need to protect the country. We need to protect the homeland. We need to make sure that our men and women of Border Patrol are staying safe. Their job is incredibly difficult right now, and it's going to remain incredibly difficult in the months to come unless the administration starts to put into real life policies and procedures that address the flow and stop treating this crisis as a capacity issue where they're trying to find more and more facilities and they're throwing more and more money at it.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.